Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Conquer College Admissions. This is Julie Kim and I'm a graduate of USC and Harvard University and the founder of Passion Prep. So this video is something that I've never done before, which is I am going to answer 5 FAQs. So 5 frequently asked questions about the Ivy League and top tier college admissions process. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first question is, what are the key factors in Ivy League schools look for in applicants? There are major key factors that they look at, but one topic that I definitely want to cover is going to be intellectual curiosity. Colleges want to know what you want to major in and why. It's simple, but it's hard because when you're a high school student, you don't get a lot of experiences. You don't know what you want to major in. And some students and families also think that the major needs to be exactly what their career is going to look like, which can cause a lot of stress and the pressure that you have to select the right major, right? So intellectual curiosity basically means that you're digging deeper into your academic interests, whether that is through research positions or internships, summer programs, summer college classes that you take in your high school, passion projects, of course. So there are many ways to demonstrate your intellectual curiosity. And that is a reason why I always say it's about quality, not quantity. So many students still make the mistake of just doing all the right extracurricular activities like sports and music and volunteer, and you don't need to satisfy all of those if you feel like they don't really represent you as an individual. So going back to the question, key factors is definitely going to be intellectual curiosity more than anything. And they also like to see that you have your own set of perspectives that you hold as a person. What I mean by that is the way that you view life, the way that you view this college admissions process, the way that you are interacting with your academic interests. And so they want to know, like, what stance do you take on regarding these topics, or what kind of point of views do you hold regarding these kinds of situations? So it's not about the fact that you want to show that you're hardworking all the time, that you're resilient all the time, which are kind of like old strategies, I would say. But now they want students who kind of have this unique stance on their academic interests and the values that they hold as a person. And the third one that I want to talk about is recommendation letters. A lot of students don't pay attention to this until they are about to apply to college, which is the number one mistake. And so building a good relationship with your potential recommenders can truly increase your chances of getting into your dream colleges. Okay, the second question is, how important are the standardized test scores like the SAT or ACT for top tier colleges? So they are still very important. So all of my students who are in our programs, we do study for them. I don't think that it's gonna make or break your application. So what I mean by that is, like, they're not going to reject you because of the SAT score, or they're not going to admit you because of the SAT score. But if they see a low SAT score, it can lower your rating a little bit. They give you a numerical rating when they're reviewing your application. But just because you have a perfect score is not going to be the reason why they say, like, hey, let's go ahead and accept John. Let's go ahead and accept Katie. It's definitely going to not come from that. So from a holistic perspective, you just want to get a pretty good score. And that's kind of like a prerequisite almost. All right, the third question is, what extracurricular activities do Ivy League schools value the most? They value extracurricular activities that truly represent your major, like I said in question number 1. If you are doing a lot of random activities here and there that does not create a compelling story, it's not going to work. You're just going to be writing about different things, and I've seen this before where it gets really messy and it does not make a compelling application at all. So the way that I like to quantify this is, when you apply to colleges, they give you 10 spots. So 7 of those spots I want it to be related to your academic interest, and 3 can be related to your personal interest. I could do like a separate video about this because I feel like I need to elaborate on this a little bit more, but for the sake of the FAQ video, I feel like the activities truly need to dig deeper. So for example, I have a student doing environmental science, but he's doing it on fast fashion industry and the impact of chemicals and how it leads into waterways in residential areas. So do you see how like specific I'm getting here? So that's the type of strategy that you want to have in place so that you can participate in those kinds of extracurricular activities. Number 4 is, how can I make my college essay stand out in competitive application process? So you just cannot write what everyone else is writing about. So it's like hard work leads to success. I didn't give up when hard times came. I know that those are really important things in your life and that you've earned them, but unfortunately when they are reading like tens and thousands of essays, you just cannot make it sound the same. So it's not like I'm telling you to come up with something like, you know, out of this planet, like crazy unique, but we need to make sure that you have a unique argument. So that's something that I teach inside my program as well, which is instead of giving a thesis statement or an argument that is very generic, I want it to be something that is going to be very unique and different. So we use counter arguments. I also share a lot of book recommendations to my students where the book has a lot of unique arguments in there. And these books were not published for college essay purposes, but I do read a lot of books, and especially books on like current events and mindset and psychology and things like that. So when I see those kinds of books, I always save them and I tell my students to purchase them because they hold a lot of unique arguments. So we get a lot of unique inspiration from there as well. We always want to say something that no one else is saying. And we also want the essay to truly reflect who you are. So I have a student who is very calm and reserved. I want colleges to know that about her. I want the essay to be peaceful and serene, right? And I have a student who is like really funny. So we're trying to showcase that a lot. So integrating your real personality is going to also be incredibly helpful. All right, the last 5th question here is, what are some common mistakes students make when applying to Ivy League colleges and how to avoid them? My goodness, my number 1 is just trying to do everything. You can't possibly do everything and then stand out. That's not how it works. And that's where overwhelm and stress and anxiety starts. It's like you're trying to do the sports, the music, the volunteer, the AP classes, SAT, summer programs, this, that. And when you end up doing so many different things, you're diluting your application. So that's like the number 1 mistake. And then when it comes time to drop some of those things, students get so scared because they think, oh, what if colleges think I'm lazy or I'm not being consistent? Being consistent is not going to be the main reason why you get into these colleges. You have to demonstrate your intellectual curiosity. Another mistake that I see is like not exploring your academic interest early on. I'm not telling you that you have to find your career when you're in 8th grade or 9th grade, but I am telling you that you need to always be taking action towards your academic interests, which is really important. So I really want you to keep that in mind because you have to explore. You can't just be sitting around in your phone, in your room, just watching TikTok and YouTube and you're like, I don't know what my passion is. No, you have to go out there and test it, experience it, learn it, and that's how you gain even more clarity. Okay, I love these 5 questions, by the way. I will definitely do like separate videos on those, but I just wanted to do like, you know, quick frequently asked questions that will kind of get something moving for you. And I also have a brand new live training on college admissions process, especially for Ivy League and top tier colleges. So definitely go ahead and check it out at passionprep.com/masterclass. And thank you so much for watching this video. Also, we have our Instagram account as well where I share my daily tips, daily life, you know, get a little bit more personal there. So also follow me at passion_prep at Instagram. We'll go ahead and put in all the links here and in the show notes. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.